Welcome to DNW by Karuna. Why geography decides a country's power. How location shapes global superpowers. What makes a country powerful? Is it money? Is it military strength? Is it technology? Or is it leadership? Yes, all of these matter. But there is something more basic, something more older than politics, something that existed before governments. Geography. Mountains, rivers, oceans, climate, natural borders, trade routes. Geography does not vote. It does not speak. It does not change easily. But it silently shapes history. It decides who feels safe, who feels threatened, who becomes rich, who struggles to survive. In this video, we will slowly break down why some countries became superpower, why some countries stay powerful, and which country today has the best geography. Two famous lines about power. Let me tell you. First line, who controls the heart of the land controls the world. Second line, who controls the coast controls global power. Two short lines, very powerful meaning. Both says the same thing in simple words. Location decides strength. Do you know who said these lines? Comment below if you know. Let's see who understands world strategy. Now, think about this. Why do wars often happen near borders? Why do countries fight over island? Why do they care so much about sea routes? Because geography creates advantage and advantage creates powers. Now, let's look at real examples. United States, safe and stable. Let's start with the United States. If geography was a game, America started with strong advantages. First, two large oceans, Atlantic Ocean on the one side, Pacific Ocean on the other. This makes evasion very difficult. For more than 200 years, no major foreign army has fought a full war on American land. While Europe faced many wars, America focused on building industries. Second advantage, strong river system. The Mississippi River connects much of the country. Farmers can move crops cheaply, goods travel long distance at low cost. This builds a strong internal economy. Third advantage, rich farmland. The Central Plains are very fertile. Food security creates stability. Fourth advantage, friendly neighbors. Canada and Mexico are not global military threats. This reduces security pressure. Now think carefully. What if America was located between Russia and China? Would it feel so safe? Probably not. America's geography gave it time to grow, time to industrialize, time to innovate. Safety created opportunity, opportunity created power. This is why many experts say America has one of the best geographical position in the world. But is it the best? We will decide it later. United Kingdom, power of an island. Now let's look at the United Kingdom. It is small, but it is once ruled a large part of the world. Why? Because it is an island. Water protected it. Water acted like a natural wall. Evading an island is difficult. Because of this safety, Britain focused on ships. It built a powerful navy. Sea trade made it rich. It controlled trade routes. It connected continents. Its geography forced it to look outward, and that outward thinking created an empire. But here is the truth. Ireland protected it strong, but Ireland also depend heavily on trade. Today, Britain is important, but it is no longer largest global power. So geography helps, but it must be used wisely. Russia, size and security. Now let's move to Russia. Russia is huge, one of the largest countries on earth. Size gives protection. Large lands makes evasion difficult. But Russia has a weakness. Its western side is a flat. Very few natural barriers. This allows evasion in the past. Napoleon entered Russia. Hitler entered Russia. Both reached deep inside. Russia survived because of distance, cold weather, sheer size. But these evasions shaped Russian thinking. Russia prefers buffer countries around it. It does not like enemies close to the borders. Geography created insecurity. Insecurity shaped policy. Russia has resources, oil, gas, minerals. But cold climates limit farming in many areas. Ports freeze in winter. Access to warm water ports is limited. So Russia is powerful. Its geography created both strength and stress. China, population and sea dependence. Now let's examine China. China has natural protection. Mountains in the west, desert in the north, ocean in the east. Most people live in the eastern part, near rivers. The Yangtze River region supports huge farming. This created a large population. Large population created a strong workforce. But here is the China's challenge. It depends heavily on sea trade. Many of its imports and exports pass through narrow sea routes. If these routes are blocked, trade suffers. That is why China invests in the ports other countries. That is why it builds strong naval forces. It wants secure trade paths. And here, I want to mention something. I have written a detailed blog where I explain how global sea routes decides economy power. I break down why Indian Ocean is becoming more important, why narrow sea paths matter more than oil fields, and how trade routes shapes the future. Link is mentioned in the description. Now back to China. China has strong land borders, but its trade dependency its weakness. So it must be protected sea routes carefully. India, strong location with big opportunity. Now let's talk about India. India has a very special position on world map. First, the Himalayas in the north. These mountains act like a natural shield. They reduce large-scale evasion from the north. Second, India is surrounded by water on three sides: Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Indian Ocean. Look carefully at the map. India sits almost in the center of Indian Ocean region. Ships moving between Middle East, Africa, Southeast Asia, East Asia pass near India. This gives India strong strategic importance. It can influence sea trade. It can develop strong naval power. It can become a key player in Indo-Pacific trade. India also has fertile plains in the north. These plains support a large population, but India also has challenges: long land borders, different climates, regional tensions. Still, many experts believe India has one of the best long-term geographic position, especially because the Indian Ocean is becoming more important in global trade. Now I ask you, is India fully using its location advantage? Comment your thoughts. Singapore, small size, big position. Singapore is very small, but it sits at the Strait of Malacca, one of the busiest sea routes in the world. A large part of global trade passes nearby. Singapore used this location wisely. It became a major financial and shipping center. This proves something important. Geography is not about size, it's about position. Which country has the best geography today? The honest answer is it depends on what we meant by best. If we talk about natural security, internal rivers, rich farmland, and access to both major oceans, many experts say United States has a very strong geographic position. If we talk about future trade, growth, and ocean influence, India's position in the Indian Ocean region gives us major long-term potential. If we talk about large population centers and strong natural land barriers, China also has significant geographic advantages. And countries like Singapore show that even small nations can turn location into huge economic power. So instead of saying one country is the best, it is more accurate to say this. Different countries have different geographic strength, and how they use those strengths decides their future. Geography gives opportunity, strategy turns that opportunity into power. Let's recap. America used safety and rivers. Britain used the sea. Russia uses size. China protects trade. India sits in a powerful ocean position. Singapore uses a narrow sea path. Now I ask you, which country has the best geographic today? And which one will dominate in the future? Comment below, like, subscribe, share. Because geography is a silent power and the map still controls the world.